What's up, guys? Welcome to my build log for my pump action Longshot. So um, my pump action Longshot is made out of this blaster. This is an old dart tag blaster, and usually it's green or orange. And I cut from I cut this off. Then I cut from here to there, and then over here again. So I have the rail, which I can slide my pump grip on. So the first thing I did was disassemble my Nerf Longshot entirely. This is the 2012 Zombie Strike version, so it's completely empty. And I cut this down so it wouldn't stick out as much, and it would be easier to attach the other blaster. So the other blaster I cut all the way down to this, and there's some gunk from the paint, of which I tried to remove the Nerf logo because it would be upside down and that wouldn't look good. Yeah, this can attach like this, which I will going to be doing now. I also dremeled the insides of the dart tag gun, blaster. Gun is the wrong term. So it will now fit like this. Okay, so right now I made a temporary bond using a hot glue gun. So it's just in place but not very strong. So it will be easier to epoxy putty later. So I just epoxied this. This is about halfway done now. I'm going to put a PVC pipe right here to fill up the gap a bit. So right now I added a piece of the barrel of the dart tag blaster to the inside, so I would have to use less epoxy to fill it in, and it would be sturdier. Okay, so I have now secured the blaster to the other one, and I'm going to put a piece of plastic in front so there's not a hole there, so there wouldn't be a hole anymore. And I also tried to mirror it on this side. I think it's worked out nicely. So I have modified my grip. So I removed the tooth so it could slide freely, and I hacksawed this piece off because otherwise it would hit the rod that goes through. So I wouldn't be able to switch it around anymore from vertical to flat. So I sanded the front down and glued a piece of plastic to cover the gap and got it to the shape. And afterwards I got it the outside 3 times and the inside 2 times. And now I'm going to clear coat this. So as you can see, this is a turnout and I'm extremely happy. I also chose for black because it would match this part, and so it wouldn't be that noticeable. So next up I added some electrical tape under the O-ring for a better seal, and I added 2 more springs. I think they're pretty similar to a retaliator, but I got them out of some rip-off Nerf blasters. I also added a piece of aluminum tape to seal this hole, so air wouldn't escape anymore. And I also removed the air restrictor. So these are my internals that I've chosen to keep. I removed this lock that was here, this lock that was here. Here was also a bar. I mean, that was this lock. And this one right here as well. And yeah, now I'm going to button it back up. So this part was actually too wide, so I hacked this piece off so that it wouldn't be as wide of a of a blaster, because it would be like almost twice as wide if I just let it on there and use the priming rod and stuff. So this is the finished product. I hammered some pieces of copper so they would be flat, and then bended them so they would fit over the blaster, and it now works great. I will now do a firing demonstration. Firing demonstration.